Hey, you guys. Happy Monday. Good morning. It's not morning. It's 2:15 Central Time. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I had a busy weekend, but one thing that weighed on my mind all weekend was when are they going to find little Quinton Simon's body? I'm going to give a quick rundown of this story for anybody that is new to this story that has heard bits and pieces, but maybe don't know exactly what's going on. I'll give a quick rundown and then I'll give all the updates that I've heard. And then we'll go over, some things that's being speculated and rumored. But if you're watching on replay, I will have a timestamp below in the description box. That way you can skip the rundown. So really quickly, Quinton Simon is a 20-month-old Tyler from Georgia. He lived in Chatham County with his mother, Leilani Simon, and her boyfriend, Danny, as well as his grandmother, Billy Joe, and his grandmother's husband, who is not bio grandpa, bio dad to little Quinton or Leilani. Quinton has two siblings, an older brother named Zane and a little sister named Sky. Now, Quinton was not, even though he lived with his mother, a judge had actually deemed Leilani, Quinton's mom, not capable of taking care of Quinton and Zane. So a judge actually ordered that Billy Joe have custody of the two older kids. Now, I think this happened before Sky was born, the youngest, because the youngest one is a little baby. Like I said, Zane was 20 months old. I'm not exactly sure of the age of, let's see, Zane is 3 years old. He is 3 years old. And then the Sky is 4 months old. Yeah, Sky's 4 months old. Okay. So she got custody of her grandbabies, and locals and if you base it off Leilani's criminal record, she's been arrested out of North Carolina for stealing, felony theft, or larceny, felony larceny. She stole money from her employer. And locals say that she has an addiction to drugs, that she has battled drug addiction. So she lost custody of her older kids. Her mom had custody of them. However, she still lived in that house, and her mother worked as like a pipe fitter states away. I mean, she traveled a lot. She had a camper where whatever state she was called to work, she would drive to that state, post her camper up, and she would stay there for weeks on end and then drive back home every once in a while. Leilani was not supposed to, from my understanding and from what I'm reading, she was not supposed to be with those children without being supervised by Billy Joe. However, that was not the case. Now, Billy Joe did have a babysitter that she hired on days that Leilani may had to work or Leilani just didn't feel like keeping the kids. A babysitter right down the street, a lady by the name of Diana McCarta. Um, Now, the morning, everything, well, let's not even go there. Let's back up. So, September, there was a big fight that took place between Leilani and her mom, Billy Joe. Leilani was the one that called the police. She called the police to tell the police that she had been in an altercation with her mother. And she told the police that she was scared because she was on probation. Like I said, she's been arrested for theft. So that's what she was on probation for. Um, Billy Joe told the police that she just wanted Leilani and Leilani's boyfriend out of the house because she wanted her grandbabies to be able to live in peace. A few days later, she filed to have them evicted. They did receive the paperwork. I think it was September 26th was when Leilani received the paperwork. However, Leilani did not move. Billy Joe was not in town, I think, when she received the paperwork to be evicted. Also, Billy Joe did file to get child support from Leilani. And the same day, from my understanding, the same day that little Quinton went missing, the judge ordered that Leilani pay $150 a month to her mother for the two children, Zane and Quinton. So, babysitter Diana was right down the street. She said she kept the kids a lot. Even when Leilani wasn't working a lot, she would keep the kids. She said, however, that when Leilani would bring the kids, Leilani would often bring the kids without, their formula, without their diapers. without their pull-ups, or she would bring them without the proper clothing. If it was summer, she might would have them in, a winter outfit, things such as that. So she said one thing though was the boyfriend, Danny, who was also the father to the newest baby, baby Sky. She said when Danny would bring the baby would have, formula, they would have proper clothing. So it seemed like maybe the boyfriend had a little bit more parental instincts than, even Leilani did. So October 5th, at 5:30 that morning, 5:29 that morning, the babysitter received a text message from Danny's phone saying, "We don't need you to babysit today," which she thought was odd because she did babysit the day before. She babysits almost most days, And she said she brought the kids home, the day before around 4:35, and she was supposed to keep the kids the next day. So 5:29 that morning, she got the message from Danny's phone, "We're not going to need you to babysit." At 9 o'clock that same morning, a couple of hours later, she received another message from Leilani's phone saying, "Have you seen Quinton?" So she said she immediately went down there to see what was happening. And Leilani basically was like, "We don't need you to look for him." So she just kind of stood around like everyone else. Almost an hour later, Leilani finally called the police and told the police that her baby was missing. Her 20-month-old baby was missing. On the 911 call, she advised them that when she woke up at 9 o'clock, that the door was open and she thought someone had came in and taken her baby because her baby was not tall enough to open the door. Almost immediately, the FBI began helping with this search. I think immediately they started thinking that something wasn't right. No flyers were ever put up for this baby. The mother just kind of disappeared. She wasn't looking for this baby. At one point, the grandmother went to the babysitter's house and yelled at the babysitter's face, "Do you have Quinton?" We later found out that the babysitter had seen the kids like in the ditch at times, very close to the road, when Billy Joe was at work, and she would have to call Billy Joe and say, "Hey, the kids are outside close to the road." It definitely seemed like the babysitter had, good intent, behind these kids. And I know over the weekend, someone put out the babysitter's background. I'm going to touch on that as well. But before I even get to that, just to continue into what happened. So Chatham County Police Department and about 40 members of the FBI all joined in this massive hunt for baby Quinton. On about 5 days into it, they drained the pool because in the backyard there's a pool, underground pool, so they drained the pool. They also took phones from several of the family members. They also sprayed luminol all around the house, the inside of the house. They brought in tracking dogs, cadaver dogs. We saw them going through the trash. And you guys remember how the babysitter said that she was texted at 5:29 that morning saying, "We don't need you." But that was supposedly from the boyfriend. The boyfriend said, "I didn't text her that. I never text her that." So come to find out, it was Leilani that used the boyfriend's phone, allegedly, sent that text, and then deleted it so the boyfriend did not even see it. A lot of things have come out that neighbors saying she left at like 6 o'clock that morning right after the boyfriend and didn't return back home until 9 o'clock that morning, right, around the time she claims she woke up. So there was this massive search for baby Quinton. Unfortunately, the mother was not helping in this search, which obviously raised a lot of red flags as to why the mother was not helping in this search. There were people on horseback. There were people on side-by-sides. The woods, that whole area looking for this baby. Finally, exactly a week into this, a text message started floating around where Billy Joe had reached out to someone or had been talking to someone and said, "Quinton is dead and my daughter did it. She has no memory of it. He is in a landfill." And that came out about a week after he went missing. And another text that came out was the brother saying something similar in a Facebook text message to someone else. So those two messages popped out and started circulating, and people started tagging Chatham County Police Department, asking them, "Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Have y'all found him? Is he in a landfill? Did Leilani do it?" So they did put out a statement saying We have notified the family that we do believe that Quinton is in fact deceased, and our prime suspect and our only suspect is his mother, Leilani. They held a press conference Friday where they said the same thing. However, no arrest was made. And when asked by the press, why haven't you guys made an arrest if she's your prime suspect and you believe that Quinton is deceased? Why has she not been arrested? And they said we have one shot to convict her, so we want to make sure we have dotted all of our I's, crossed all of our T's, and we have every bit of evidence that we need. Now, one thing that had a lot of people confused was over the weekend, they put out a statement saying, we're not going to be searching for Quinton over the weekend. We're going to start searching next week sometime, which irritated people. It irritated me. I just had to hold on to the fact that if they're doing this, maybe they had a purpose in doing this. Maybe there was a reason to do this. Maybe they were working with the landfill on, maybe the landfill had to prepare for this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there was a reason why they could not search the landfill at that time and they had to do it the next week. But we have heard that they have started searches today, and I'll show you guys some pictures of that in just a little bit of where they actually have started searching today, the landfills, because that is where they are saying that he is. There was some information that came out over on Dolly's Vision. Dolly is there at the scene. He has been at the house all last week, going live. Anything that he hears, he's been letting us know. But he heard that they actually had like CCTV camera. Isn't that what it's called? CCTV camera. And that she did not put him in the trash like out in front of her house, but she went to another trash can in front of like a trailer park or something along those lines and put him in the trash bin there and then waited for the trash truck to actually pick the trash up and watched as this happened, and that he's hearing that they actually have this on video, which is why they come to such a strong conclusion that she is, the prime suspect, and now they're looking for the body, and they just want to make sure they have a good case before they go and arrest her. Everyone has been calling for her arrest, like, hey, if you guys know that she's prime suspect and you guys think that he's deceased, why are you guys not arresting her? Why are you guys not arresting her? Also, another concern was the other children that live in that house, baby Zane and baby Sky. What's going on with Zane and Sky? Well, you guys, they were picked up by CPS Friday, and here is some of the court documents. This happened Friday. It says, in interest of Zane Warden and Sky Youngton, birthdays, case number, and all of that. And let's see. Let me get it up where I can read it. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. So it says, let me get it back where y'all can see it. So Friday they were picked up by CPS. And mind you, CPS already had a case against Leilani in reference to Quinton and Zane and placed them with Billy Joe. But then when this took place, they had to step back in and they had to get the kids and remove them. So it says that they were taken Friday 14th. There was a preliminary hearing today, and that's where Leilani was spotted for the first time. And I think it was WTOC or WJOC. The local news there caught her on video, and we're going to look at that in a little bit as well. But they were taken Friday 14th in custody of the state. And it says complaints and an affidavit have been filed in this court indicating that pursuant, really quickly, some of this is kind of hard to read because it looks like the printer was going out of ink or something. Also, I got this from, I think it's Crime Time TV. I'll make sure I link it all in the description box below. But it says complaints and an affidavit have been filed in this court indicating that pursuant to OCGA 15-11-133A2, law enforcement removed the above referenced children from their home on October 12th, 2022 at approximately 6:30 p.m. And an officer of this court authorized the removal of the children from the home and the placement of the children in foster care because the children were in imminent danger of abuse or neglect if they remained in the home. Removal of the children from the custodian was and remains necessary to safeguard the children's welfare, continuation of the children in the home, and are returning the children to the home would be contrary to the welfare of the children, and removal of the children is in the best interest of the children because a voluntary kinship care agreement with relatives became insufficient to ensure safety and the welfare of the children during a child death investigation. So it even says here the removal of the children is in the best interest of the children because a voluntary kinship care agreement, which is the agreement they had with Billy Joe, that kinship care agreement with a relative became insufficient. It's insufficient. So then placing Zane with Billy Joe is no longer sufficient because they still have to be concerned with the welfare of the children because Zane and Quinton was already in custody, Billy Joe's custody, and look where Quinton is. So it said it become insufficient. The children's sibling, Quinton Simon, date of birth 1/8. Oh my goodness, that's Dakota's birthday. I didn't know they had the same birthday. 1/8/2021 was reported missing on October 5th, my niece's birthday, 2022, based upon information obtained in this course of his missing child investigation. On October 12th, 2022, law enforcement notified DFCS and the family it was proceeding with a child death investigation. The children and the sibling were living in the home with the mother, the Youngkin father, and the maternal grandmother prior to a sibling disappearing. The mother is a primary suspect of the death investigation, and other household members as well as relatives continue to be investigated for protective capacity. The mother is a chronic, unrehabilitated substance abuser of cocaine and cannabis. She screened positive for and admitted use of cocaine and THC at the birth of her child, Sky. So Sky was just born 4 months ago. Sky was born 4 months ago, and when she had Sky, she tested positive for cocaine and THC. And she admitted that she was using cocaine and THC. I didn't see that. You guys can't see this. Hold on. Let me scroll so you guys can see what I'm seeing. See what I'm seeing. She's continued to screen positive for cocaine. The mother has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and anxiety disorder for which she has not been receiving ongoing mental health treatment. The maternal grandmother has a permanent guardianship order as to the child Zane pursuant to documents from the juvenile court of Burke County. The maternal grandmother failed to provide adequate supervision for the child Zane by leaving the child Zane in the home in the care of the mother, a person the maternal grandmother knew or should have known was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state. The Georgia Department of Human Services, through the Chatham County Department of Family and Services, made reasonable efforts to prevent the removal of the children from the home and to make it possible for the children to return. Where's it at? Hold on. To return home, including consulting with law enforcement, utilizing a voluntary kinship care agreement during the missing child investigation, attempting to verify the maternal grandmother's claims to permanent guardianship of child Zane and the sibling Quinton, confirming with the Cherokee Nation the child did not qualify as Indian children pursuant to the Indian Child Welfare Act, reviewing Child Protective Services history from other counties as well as the ongoing Family Preservation Services case, previously providing the mother with substance abuse rehabilitation treatment following in utero drug exposure of the child Zane, providing an updated substance abuse assessment and rehabilitation treatment following in utero drug exposure of the child Sky, and requesting drug screening of the mother. So not only was Sky, when she had Sky, did she have drugs in her system, but also when she had Zane as well, and he's her oldest. So more than likely, You know, she's suffered with addiction problems for some time now. But yeah, it doesn't say here with Quinton that when she had Quinton, she had drugs in her system, but it does say with Zane and with Sky. It is therefore ordered pursuant to OCGA 15-11-135A that to protect the children, temporary legal custody of the above referenced children may be transferred to the Georgia Department of Human Services through the Chatham County Department of Family and Child Services, pending further order of the court. It is further ordered the custodian is authorized to obtain physical examination, ordinary medical care, and such additional medical treatment and care which, in the opinion of a licensed physician, requires prompt treatment of the care of the children. The preliminary protective hearing shall be held October 17th, 2022 at 11 a.m. The parties are hereby directed to appear at said hearing. So it was signed on Friday. So filed for, Wednesday, signed off on Friday, and she had court today. Let me find. And she actually did show up. She showed up at court. Really quickly, I want to show you guys this, though. Let me make sure you guys can see it, because sometimes my computer likes to be silly. So they had court today, and she was told she had to show up. She did show up. Hold on, guys. For some reason, it's not wanting to bring up the right thing. Hold on. She obviously, she's not going to get custody back of these kids. There's no way she will. And I'm praying they're going to make an arrest soon. Okay, all the photos that I downloaded to my computer are not wanting to pop up, but I know where I found them, so I'll get them from Twitter. It's always nice when your computer doesn't do what you need it to do, right? Let's see. Okay, so the landfill has a lot of activity, people walking around. Hard to have a comparison as we don't have a baseline, but it would appear the police at the entrance are still looking. Okay, so this is, let me see if I can share anything with you guys. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Right, here is one photo of them over at the landfill. This is, I think they said, the entrance of the landfill. And this is just over on Twitter. And I have video of like a memorial that they have outside the home. I have video of her leaving the courtroom, but for some reason, I might can get it fixed now. But this is the beginning of like the entrance of the landfill. There's vehicles in and out from what I'm reading. Let's see. Here is another entrance. There's another entrance, the police coming in. Monster. A monster is a monster. Drugs are no drugs. That, yeah. No drugs has ever made me unalive a child. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I come to the conclusion and that Billy Joe was more of a friend. That's my takeaway from it as well. Leilani did go to court, and I have the video of her leaving court. She was kind of trucking it to get to the truck, which it didn't show who was in the truck, who was picking her up from court. But okay, here it is. It's WTOC and it's their local news. Now, obviously, she didn't come out with the kids, so she did not get the kids back, which that's no surprise. I have a feeling the kids will be put in foster care, unless they have some family. And I don't even know if a judge would put them with family after, this happened. Trying to find a place to put myself so you guys can see everything. All right, I'm gonna put myself down here in this corner. All right. So she showed up at court wearing a mask, even though that's not protocol anymore. I don't think anywhere. I don't think you have to wear a mask. Um, so there she goes. And people were saying she was escorted out by these three police officers, but I don't think she was. I think they just so happened to be, because they're like in the middle of talking when she runs in between them. So I don't know if she really was being escorted by these officers. Maybe. Um, but she did show up in court. I haven't heard of the outcome, but obviously, yeah, before they were in foster care, that's where it said they were going to be placed. This court date, I figure that's where they're going to stay. But there she is, showing up at court. She's just despicable. And to think, I don't know. I don't know. She's claiming she has no memory, but I couldn't stand to think of my baby's body out there with the garbage. I just couldn't do it. Here's the little memorial that has been set up outside of the home. I heard there was one set outside in front of the babysitter's home as well. And when you guys know that argument, yeah, that's today's video, Tracy. That happened just about an hour ago. That video took place because she had court at 11 o'clock. I think it lasted about an hour, and then she was leaving. Some of the neighbors reported her to CPS. Yes, I've also heard that the babysitter has contacted CPS before. They use that babysitter as a place for those children to go when mom was done playing mommy and grandma was out living her best life too. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And, here's the thing. I got some comments the other day saying, well, the grandmother had to work. I get that. That's her trade, is she is a pipe fitter. But when that judge says, the judge, because here, I've been in a custody case before. And I know when I went to the custody case, the mom was in jail. The dad was not the best option. And we're all sitting there. And the judge said, is there any grandparents here? Maternal grandparents, paternal grandparents. And they both were. So on the dad's side, his mom and dad have been together for 50 years. Well, 40 years. They're in their 60s, right? And they've been together since they were 19 and 17. Never divorced, been together this whole time. They're there. They stand up. They say, we're Mr. So-and-so's parents. And they say, and she said, is the mother's parents here? And, well, the mother's dad was deceased and has been deceased for many, many years. But her mom was there. And her mom stood up and said, I am her mother. I'm the grandbaby. That's my grandbaby. The grandbaby's mother is my daughter. And she said, can either one of you guys take custody of this baby? And the mother said, the maternal grandmother said, I would love to, but I work. There's no way I could take care of this baby and work because I don't even make enough money to pay daycare along with my bills. So I would love to, but I just can't. And the judge looked at the paternal grandparents and said, can you guys take him? And they said, yes, we can. We can take him. And the grandmother had a job. She worked. But the grandfather worked as well. He owned his own business as a mechanic. The grandmother worked, and her work was just more of something to do because she was kind of older. The kids were out of the house. So she quit her job and she stayed home. So here's the thing, if the grandmother could not work but still be there home every night with the kids, and let the kids go to a babysitter rather than leaving them at home for a week or 2 weeks at a time with Leilani and trusting Leilani, the a judge already said Leilani cannot take care of these kids. We don't trust her. We don't feel like they are safe with her. So while I commend the grandmother that she was a hard worker, props to you. But when you got custody of those 2 kids, you should have did something different. Because if grandma was, there with the kids and not working a job, gone, and had, put Leilani out of that house to give peace to them kids, you know, and then, don't get me wrong, this is Leilani's fault, but certain things could have changed the outcome. And I think the reason the judge took these kids from Leilani is because the judge felt they would not be safe. So she put them with somebody that she thought would be safe. And unfortunately, that person went to work and left the kids in Leilani's care for Leilani to just be that person that the judge said she didn't need to be already. It is such a sad case. Has there been any new news if it's 100% that he's in the landfill? The police has never come out to say that he's in the landfill, but what we do know is the police are at the landfill today. So, so more than likely that's where he's at. The grandmother said that. The brother said that. There were we saw there was actually which this would be normal in a search, but we saw them digging through the trash that day. She was the last person with Quinton, correct? Yes. She was. And I want to touch on, here's another picture of the landfill. It's really weird because it doesn't look like a lot of trash everywhere. Like I was looking at pictures of landfills and there's just garbage piled everywhere, and I was just devastated to think, oh my gosh, she's just out there mixed up in all this garbage. But I'm not seeing big old piles of trash. I'm seeing trucks, like trailers, and like some little trash over here. So I'm confused. But people are saying this is one of the landfills that police will be looking at today. So I don't know. She should have left the kids with the babysitter when she went on vacation instead of trusting the mom to drop them off every day to the babysitters. She should have never been with them overnight unsupervised. Yeah. Oh, it's underneath. I want to touch on the babysitter because there was a channel that for some reason decided to do a background check on the babysitter, which to me, I don't know. The babysitter has been the only voice for this baby, in my opinion. But another creator, did a background check on the babysitter, and the babysitter was charged with battery back in 1996 and 1998, and was also charged with possession of stolen property over 12 years ago. So the babysitter actually did a little live stream where she touched on this, and she was offended. She was offended that somebody, she said, I did nothing but take care of those kids. I did nothing but be there for those kids, and feed those kids and watch those kids and take care of those kids. Right? Yeah, it wasn't a vacation. She was going to work. I think that's what CC meant. Like, she shouldn't have left them to go off for long periods of times or at all overnight. So I want to explain things because the babysitter explained this, and I think it's important. So the babysitter said, yes, I was charged with battery back in 1996 and 1998. But the reason why, she said, and this was years ago. This is 1996 and 1998. She said, I was in an abusive relationship for several years where he beat me up, and I started fighting back. And the cops got called on, some of these occasions where I fought back, and I was charged with battery. But it was because I was in an abusive relationship that thankfully I am no longer in, that I got out of. So that is where this battery charge comes from. I've never hurt a child. I have 6 children. I've never even been investigated by CPS. My children have always been taken care of. So she said she felt like that was unfair for someone to look that up and put that out there. Um, that she was, arrested for battery when really it was her defending herself against an abusive ex. Yeah, also, this was 20 years ago, one of them. One of them was 20 years ago, and the other one was over 12 years ago. She said the possession of stolen property. She said, I bought something. I think she said it was from like a yard sale. She said, but I bought something, had no idea that it was stolen. She said, a few days later, I'm arrested for being in possession of stolen property. I explained to them I had no idea this was stolen. And the cops told me when you buy something from someone, you need to have a receipt because you are going to get arrested for being in possession of stolen property. It doesn't matter if you knew or not. And that is true. That is like I know in Louisiana, I've known of people who've gotten arrested for being in possession of stolen property, even though they had absolutely no idea that the property was stolen. They were buying something from someone, thought that it was okay to buy, thought that that person owned it, and then later on got in trouble for it. So she said, my charges are not because I'm some terrible person. I didn't steal anything. I didn't go around beating anybody up. I have six. She said I have 6 kids, and I've never had CPS have to take any of my kids. I've never had them investigate any of my kids. I've always taken care of my kids. And she said that the creator also said that she was on food stamps and gets Medicaid. And she said, that's incorrect. My family's not on food stamps and we don't get Medicaid. And she said, that's no shade towards anybody that does, because if you have to get it, by all means, use it. She said, but whoever, this person that looked this information up was just BS to say this because it wasn't incorrect. It wasn't correct. Also, Dolly Vision. I really enjoy him. I've watched him several times. He's been posted up outside the house. He's been doing it in a respectful way, in my opinion. Like, he's not out there, like, harassing anybody or anything or upsetting anybody. Why did she go to court? CPS, yes. So today was the hearing for the kids, for Zane and Sky. And because CPS has taken them there and they've been placed in foster care. And today was just I don't even know what she would do today, honestly, when she goes before the judge and the judge is like, we're taking the kids from you because you're being investigated for, murdering one of your children. So yeah, we're not going to let you take the kids back. But she was there, I think it was for about an hour, and then she left. Here's another photo of the entrance of the landfill. Police actually posted up right outside the landfill. And they may be keeping certain people from coming in and out. I'm not sure. Have y'all seen Billy Joe's record? Yes. The grandma Billy Joe also has a really lengthy record. Now, I don't know when these things took place, which is why I haven't really talked about it too much. Like if her record was over, the last 5 years, then I definitely think that should come into play and we should talk about it. But if it was things that happened, 20 years ago, then maybe she straightened up enough. The judge gave her custody. Also, I do know that now Quinton's dad, I don't really know anything about him. Zane's dad did do an interview on Justice for All's channel. I didn't get to listen to all of it. But I don't know. I looked up his Facebook and I just didn't get the best vibe from him. Like, just from listening to what I was listening to and looking at his Facebook. Usually when a judge is going to take a child away from their mother, they'll say, where's the father? Does the father want to have custody of the child? Is the dad, out there? Does he have anything to do with the kid? So the fact that, Zane's dad is out there saying, and he did an interview where he said, oh, when I heard about it, I was so concerned with Zane. I want to get custody of Zane. I need to see Zane. I need to make sure he's okay. But I do wonder when Leilani lost custody, why, where was he at then? Why, couldn't he have stepped up to get Zane? I don't know. What does his Facebook look like? Is he an addict too? I can't say that he's an addict, but it's just like driving down the road, no seatbelt, hopping and bopping around, singing. Every picture is like flipping the camera off, and just a lot of immaturity on my part. Like, I don't look at him as a father figure, I don't know. But he did do an interview, and I did listen to some of it, and it sounded like he was smoking on something because he was coughing a lot. And he's like, you guys, if you guys listen to it, he like Justin asked him something, he just goes to coughing, and I'm like, that's like a smoker's cough. Like, it sounds like he just inhaled something, right? And then he goes to like hacking, and he goes, oh, I think I'm getting sick. And I'm like, boy, you just inhaled something. Like, I think you're smoking like a vape pen or something, which is A-okay. I don't care. But he's like, oh, I think I'm getting sick. I think I'm getting sick. It's been cold out here, He was smoking during the whole interview. It sounded like that's what I thought as well. Also, like, he talked about being there for Quinton's birth. And saying when he heard about Quinton missing, like, the first thing he did was call Leilani and like ask if Zane was okay, So I'm like, did he have any emotion concerning Zane? I mean, Quinton. It didn't sound like it. They need DNA before children can go to their dads. Well, if they're on the DNA test, I mean, if they're on the birth certificate, they don't. But I think he's not on the birth certificate, because I did hear him say that he contacted the police department to see about getting Zane when all this happened. He contacted them and was like, "What do I need to do?" And they're like, "You need to fly down. You need to have a DNA test done. If it comes back that he is yours, then you need to, get a lawyer." But I'm like, why hasn't he done that already? Because he even told a story about how one time Leilani said she was gonna S herself, and she was alone with the kids. That he was like, I was concerned because she was at home alone with the kids, and she told me she was gonna off herself. So I've worried at times, but I didn't know it was this bad. Essentially, is what he said. None of the fathers on their birth certificates but Sky. Got you. So yeah, he would definitely have to take a DNA test. I think if they sign the birth certificate, even if the DNA test says you're not the father, you're still legal. Yes, that is true. Because I know in Louisiana that's happened before. So yeah, without him, here's my thing. The second I would have heard that as a father, if my baby daddy was to call me and say, I'm feeling this way, and he's there with my kids, I would say, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And I would get there and do everything that I could to help him in that moment, set him up with a doctor's appointment to go see someone. And then I'd be like, let me take the kids until, and we'll get this situated. But, I don't know. Right now, what we know or what's being said or, what the photos show, they are searching at the landfill. They have a little memorial up for baby Quinton. I hear there's one at the babysitter's house as well as at Quinton's house. Zane and Sky, they have been taken. CPS has placed them in foster care. Whether or not Zane's dad does move forward with this, I didn't get to hear the entire interview. Did anybody hear him say, I am, in fact, going to fly down there and have a DNA test done to try to get custody of my baby? Did anybody hear him say that? Yes, I will borrow money to come and about the same. I would do whatever needed to be done. I think Leilani's mom was tag teaming with her, basically, which makes two maternal family members and harder to fight against. Was tag teaming against the father? But usually if a dad is unfit, it doesn't matter what the mama is, like the grandmother. Like, usually a judge is like either mom or dad. We'll go grandparents if mom or dad's not able, The babysitter did say like they didn't show up, because there was a story out there that they showed up with a bunch of bruises, and she said they didn't show up with a bunch of bruises, but Quinton did show up with a couple bruises at times. But she felt like it was from like falls and things like that. It wasn't from like him being beaten. I'm double checking to make sure there's nothing else. And we'll just have a quick little discussion, and then I will have to close this one out because I have one more before I have to shut it down for today. I heard they were going to wait till Tuesday to check the landfill, and I was wondering if that's when they dump the garbage from the neighborhood on the landfills. That's what I heard as well, that they were going to wait till Tuesday, but it looks like they're out there now, which is good because the quicker the better. He signed his rights away and lives in this county, GA. Wait, what? Where is the father of Quinton? Okay, he signed his rights away. Someone is saying they found the baby. Lisa, I'll double check that before I get off. I mean, they say they're searching, you know. So, I'm seeing 1 hour ago, police at the entrance. That's about 12 minutes from the home. Multiple people on the ground at the landfill. We'll have a review aerial footage to see if related. The landfill is massive and has marsh and water around it. 2 hours ago was when she was leaving. 33 minutes ago. We'll review all later and upload. Here, I'm going to let you guys see what I'm seeing. This is just Twitter. I just put in Quinton Simon. Because usually, like any news post, you put the name in, everything's going to pop up. All right, let's see. Okay, let me go over there really quickly. This is going to kill me. I mean, I want him to be found, but man. If he's been found, I'm going to close this one out and come back with a new one about him being found. That way this one can be a breakdown of today. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can't. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I can't stream this. Hold on. Let me hear what he's saying real quick. Hold on. I'm trying to double check, you guys. They should make the mother wash off his little body, dress him, and hand him over to Ellie. Yep. Yep. I'm not sure. I'm watching our local news now to see if they're reporting. Okay, let me go check there because they will report it. Okay, here's Shay Schrader, WTOC. She will post it. Last that she's posted is the 2 hours ago. So I'm not seeing anything there. Rumors do pop off very quickly. And I don't know. I feel like if they found him this quick, they've only been searching for like 4 or 5 hours today. That's crazy that they would find him so quickly. Okay, so Superior Landfill is a location where police have been searching for Quinton. To get into the landfill, there appears to be a stop register station before entering. The gates will be closed at all hours and questions. At the hours in question, implies she threw remains in trash bin to get here. I'm not. Has anybody seen anything that's Okay, I'm not seeing that. Okay. Okay, WTOC, their last thing was 2 hours ago when she was leaving court. That was not. I'm not seeing anything. The WTOC is when of Leilani walking to the courthouse. That was her leaving from her court appearance today for the custody of the other two children. I mean, that would be wild if she was there earlier today, leave, and then they arrest her, just 2 hours after she left. That would be wild, but I would be happy that they arrested her. Okay, guys, let's see. I'm not seeing anything. It could be, rumor that But, I mean, all it takes is for one person to say, he's been found. And, yeah, WTOC is not reporting that Leilani is in custody. I just checked on their Twitter. Let me check on their Facebook. I'm watching all local news, and that was the caption at the bottom of the screen. She was reporting from in front of the house. Okay. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything yet, but that's crazy. She may have went to court, and then the second she got home, they may have popped her and got her. I'm not seeing anything. Is anybody seeing anything that can confirm? Because I don't want to. Um, her court appearance today was for the child custody. Yeah, because they've been placed in foster care. She was reporting from in front of the house. I'm not seeing anything, you guys. I would love to see that she's been arrested. There's a lot of photos of the landfill, like the outside aerial shots. Even as 26 minutes ago. Um, but I'm not seeing anything about little Quinton's body being found. I would be blown away if he was found. Not one media truck, no command centers or search presence aside from landfill. I would be blown away if they found him in a matter of hours. Okay, is this what you're seeing? Hold on. This was is this what you're saying about like her saying that she's been arrested? So that was when she left court this morning. I have another video that I'm supposed to do today, and I'm just like, I gotta get this out of my head to even cover that because it's like, she should have been arrested the moment she admitted she did it. What is wrong with our country? That's kind of the way that I feel, but also look at like she could claim insanity. She can claim that they pressured her. So many things to where they want to make sure they get the evidence that even if she backs out on that to say, you guys pressure me. That's not what I said. To where they say, okay, well, even if here's all the evidence that we have to prove that you did do it. So I'm just hoping they are building their case. They're building their case. I did see that, Sunshine, that, and I'm just like, I hope that's not the case because we all deserve to know. I mean, all weekend, I kept thinking about that baby being out in a landfill. You know? Okay, I'm going to keep looking for it. Oh, wow, I looked at the wrong thing. I'm going to keep looking for that. I don't want to lose a case. People get away with things over technicalities. Exactly. This is the same thing that popped up first last time. Post. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, guys. We've been at it almost an hour, and I want to see. If you went and stole a car, you'd be arrested, but you and your child, and you're free. I know, right? Also, I mean, I got arrested for chalk that my daughter had left in the car. Spent the night in jail. Cost me a few $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it may take a minute for it to come from the website or the app. That's what I'm waiting on. You said you saw it on WTOC. Yeah, you guys please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. I keep refreshing and I'm not seeing anything yet. I went to Dolly's channel, but I don't feel right about listening to him while, and keeping you guys over here not saying anything to you guys. Okay, wait. Okay, so I do see something. Is she wearing a white jacket and a like lavender purple undershirt? Where it says, I'm seeing one now. It says breaking news update: police using search dogs near home, and it's the Shay Schrader, WTOC. She's wearing a white jacket, like a lavender shirt under it. I'm seeing that one, but it's from Wednesday is the one that I see. The only one that I see. It's from Wednesday.
Here. Again, they said they're going to be having a news conference.
Let me tell me if this is what you're looking at. Hold on. Is that what you were saying, or is this something different? Maybe it was an accident. She panicked. I just couldn't imagine throwing my child in the car. Me neither. I would call the cops. I mean, if I accidentally did something to my child, I feel devastated. Yeah, it's happening way too much. Way too much. I'm gonna go refresh. Same reporter, but I think she's wearing a different outfit. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I cut her sound off for a reason. I cut her sound off for a reason because I don't want to get copyright. I was just trying to see if that was the same like video that she was watching. I'm gonna refresh again. I've seen trials like this all the time. There's years of abuse, and they finally take it too far. Once they pass, they get rid of the body, get away with it. Tragic. Yep. Yeah, I saw that TikTok. Okay, so this person said YouTube is saying baby Quinton has been found. Is this true? I would love for somebody to answer this. Supposedly it was on a police scanner, is what someone's saying. I'm going to retweet that at the journalist that's covering this, and then I'm going to look up Chatham County. Hey, Patriot. Chatham County. Let's see. Nothing up about him since October 14th. Y'all, I'm seeing nothing to confirm that he's been found. She's literally discarded him like trash. Worst thing she could have done. Nothing a 20-month-old baby could ever do. I know. There's nothing a baby could ever do to deserve that. I'll check Facebook really quickly. I've been searching Twitter. I mean, I would have to imagine when they do find, I don't know, I feel like if they do find the body, an arrest will come, pretty quickly after that. I see that, Destiny. That's what we're trying to figure out. Because I'm not seeing anything saying that. And then someone said that Dolly said that he thought the baby was found days ago and they just weren't announcing it. Oh, wait, him, didn't know you're on. That's okay. There's a channel that showed, and it's a message from the brothers that they found him, but I don't remember whose channel. Yeah, I saw that days ago where he said that he was that he was dead. I saw. I think I actually have it in my phone where the brother and that's how everybody knew that Quinton was deceased, because these two messages came out from where the brother had talked to one of his friends, and then Billy Joe had talked to someone, and they both said the same thing. So that was Thursday, the day that we found out that the baby was deceased. And she said, Quinton is dead. Leilani killed him but doesn't remember. He's in a landfill. And then the brother said, Quinton is dead. But it didn't say that the baby had been found. Cops are waiting to make sure they have a solid case. They only get one shot, and they got to make it stick to this monster mother, so this monster mother can't get off. Exactly. Okay, so USA says Dolly and Blore and Betty are alive at the house. In the landfill, nothing. Okay. So I don't know what's going on here, because we got some people saying found, some people saying no, but I'm finding nothing. Nothing at all. Other than a comment saying, I just heard this. Yeah, nothing, you guys. They're saying not confirmed yet. Anyone know if an arrest was made in case for baby Quinton? Simon, please post if on Scanner. They haven't posted anything new. Okay, let me go follow this group. This is a Scanner reports for Savannah and surrounding area. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I mean, I would just be so completely shocked if they found him in a matter of hours. Yeah, please go to your history. I do, I think I have it. Let me see, because I think I showed it in a video the other day. Destiny, Lulu, Cece, Sherry. Do you guys remember me showing that screenshot where the brother had said, which it could be another screenshot. I mean, maybe. I don't remember which video that that I showed it on, but I think it was the same one that I showed the message from Billy Joe. I think I showed both of them that day. Hope I didn't delete it. I'm glued to my TV watching for it to come on again. Thank you so much. Yes, please. I didn't know what video it was, but I remember you showing it. But people are looking at what it means, if whatever it means. He was found. Be right back. Oh. Okay, a scanner said something about 31 Trailer Park. On scanner, they said something about 31 Trailer Park, and people are seeming to believe that that's in reference to what's code 31 on scanner. I don't know. Is that a code? Code 31 on scanner. Oh, that can't be right. Police scanner. I'm not. Crime in progress. Okay. Okay. What does police code 1031 mean? There is no just 31. It has to be 1030, 1031, 1032, 1033. So 1031 means crime or criminal act in progress. So something's going on. And this is coming from a scanner. So I guess somebody's sitting by listening for a scanner, waiting for. I'm looking at scanner's page right now and I'm not seeing anything. So let me refresh. I'm looking at scanner and anyone know if an arrest has been made. They haven't posted anything new. I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm not seeing anything. And code 31 means a crime in progress, so I don't know. They just say code 31 is for pickup. I don't know. I don't know. I just looked online. I'll show you guys. Police code 1031, crime in progress, in pursuit. I don't know. So I'm not sure. I don't know how I just got there. LA people are saying he's found, but no one has verified that. Spreading false information isn't okay about a baby. Wait for the news or police to confirm. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. If we had any proof that he was found, it would be everywhere. And I feel like more than likely what happened, because this happened the other night. The other night, and it happened to me. I had to go back and change everything. When the messages come out saying he's deceased, he's in a landfill. Well, what do we see? I mean, he's deceased. He's in a landfill, and then we get confirmation that the messages are accurate. So I put this thing up saying he's been found, because I'm literally what happened was first we got actually I was live on another channel and somebody come in saying, "Did you hear Quinton was found?" And I'm like, "What? No. Oh my goodness." So I go to researching. I find these screenshots where it's grandmother. So I'm like, we need a confirmation that these screenshots are accurate. We need confirmation that these screenshots are accurate. Then I see on Twitter where a girl's like, "This is an accurate screenshot. I just went to Billy Joe's Facebook and saw this and took this screenshot myself," where Billy Joe on her own timeline was talking to someone who's and it where everybody could see, except her page was private, but anybody on her page that was a friend with her already could see where she said, "Yes, he was found," and they were saying, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then Brian Etning, or whatever his name is, confirmed that the screenshots were real and said that the police had told the family that the baby was deceased. So I make a whole thing. First, it was, let's discuss these screenshots. Are they real? And I was starting to think they were fake. I'm not going to lie. Like, when I saw it, I was like, those may be fake, because I searched Billy Joe on Facebook and couldn't find her. But you can hide your Facebook. And the way you do it is you make it to where only people that you are friends with, can find you. So I'm not friends with anybody that's friends with Billy Joe, right? No way. So I wasn't able to find her page, but I thought that she had taken her page down. So I was like, her Facebook account ain't even up. So more than likely somebody faked this, right? So I was just going to go live, and I think my title was, is this true? Something, I don't know. And then when that changed and it said, like, the police, like, have, told his family, then I was like, he's been found. And then, I mean, I got a lot of flack for it because they was like, he's not been found. And I'm like, you're right, he has not been found. That was my bad. I had a million things going on in my head because I wasn't prepared to jump on a live stream right then. And then that happened, and I'm trying to get all this information, and I'm making different thumbnails and changing the title of my video, and I had to go back and change it because, it was a lot. Yeah, just like the information about the landfill leak. Yeah. Is she still posting a storm on TikTok? Let me check real quick. And I will have to go in a little bit because I do. My son has his last football game, forensic team en route. Someone's listening to police scanner. That's what they said, Lulu. But the code that they're telling us is not for what they're saying it is. So that code 31 means a crime in progress. So I'm confused. But we're gonna keep listening. Okay, let's see if Billy Joe has continued to post on TikTok. Nope, that last one was of her like crying and praying. I'm actually following that scanner page on Facebook now. So let me see if they made any posts. No. Nothing new about Quinton on the scanner page. And this is scanner reports Savannah and surrounding areas. And I mean, 7 minutes ago, 32 minutes ago, they posted about a boy that was in a car accident. And then they posted immediately, wait, this is fake. Never mind. This information is not correct. Joanne, I don't think so. People are saying that, but I'm not finding anything. I mean, I'm looking it up every 2 seconds. Okay, Sir Nerdy Addict, we have no confirmed reports that Quinton Simon's remains have been found. It's just social media chatter based off police scanners right now. I don't know who Sir Nerdy Addict is. But he is posting photos of the landfill. Or she is. Also was the one that posted photos right outside the landfill. Scanner chatter can be misleading and not validated. So, yeah, he is, this person, I think it's a he, says social media reports not validated yet, but yes, we see them coming in, not validated. Scanner chatter can be misleading, not validated. Waste trucks continue going in and out of facility. This was posted 16 minutes ago. 16 minutes ago, it says, I feel like this person is legit because he's posting photos like right outside the landfill. Waste trucks continue going in and out of the facility. It was reported that trash was being diverted, so assume it's somewhere within the landfill where they divert it. Where they divert it. Divert it. Let me refresh. Thank you, Benny. S7K will be deceased body found. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's important to look that one up too. So we can understand what these mean. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Somebody said YouTube is the devil. Well, my best friend is Leo. Say that there were drones flying overhead. Justin's team at courthouse said, what? Justin has a team at the courthouse? Dolly's in front of the house. Did Dolly just say that, Destiny? Did Dolly just say that? No way, because I like Dolly, and I don't want to dislike Dolly for saying something like that. Because the thing is I have 6 children, so I can't drive 14 hours to go to Georgia and sit in front of a house. It's 14 hours from me. Some people just can't. Okay, well, I'm done with him, I guess. That's very irresponsible. Like, literally, do you know how much it would cost some people to go to? He don't know where all these YouTubers are. He doesn't know if they have children. I have 6 children. My son's last football game is today. My kids were out of school last week. I was not going to leave my husband here with 6 kids, to go sit in front of a house where nothing was going to happen. Nothing happened last week that we saw. I mean, it was literally anybody sitting there was just wasting their time because anything that happened was going out through the Chatham County Police. So I like him. I don't like that he said that. I really don't like that. Yeah, that's the thing is, and I heard him even say the other day that it wouldn't be possible for him to do what he does if it wasn't for people buying his shirts and sending him super chats and um maybe if I got a ton of super chats it'd be different, but I don't. My channel doesn't make a lot of money. I mean, I have my good months, but this ain't one of them, and neither was last month. So I'm definitely in no way able to afford to drive. Literally, I looked it up and I'll tell you guys how far. I literally looked it up because I considered going. I was like, man, I really want to go. Like, I really want to go and be there and cover this because I do like doing that. I love doing that, but it is costly. Um, it was Buckhalter Road, Savannah, Georgia. Let me tell you guys how far this is for me. 12 hours and 35 minutes. I hope it's a dig at someone specifically because for it to be said at all YouTubers, you don't know their circumstances, I mean, so it's very unfair to say that. And I think any YouTuber that watches that, it could potentially turn them off as to supporting him. It's in Georgia. It's in Georgia. He needs to realize all moms ain't like Leilani. We actually take care of our kids, and we can't drop everything. I know. Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I'm not missing my son's game. I mean, literally, I got to leave here in an hour to go get my son's girlfriend so we can go, be to the game in time. And I had a whole nother video that I was going to do, a whole nother live stream that I was going to do to talk about some teen mom stuff that I'm probably not going to get to do because I want to focus on this. I mean, he could have been directing that at someone in particular. That's what I'm hoping. Quinton's mom did a TikTok yesterday. I did see where people were talking about a TikTok that she did a while back where she says, I'm a bad girl or something like that. But surely she's not doing TikToks right now. That would be really stupid of her. Okay, gotcha. Okay, the last one I'm seeing is 5/10/2020. This must be an old. Must be an old one. That's Leilani. This is an old account, I think. Let me see if there's a newer account. Yeah. This is from September 9th. My handsome boy, Zane and Quinton, third and first. So she posted this on January 16th. My handsome boys, Zane and Quinton, third birthday and first birthday. Yeah, I could understand that if he said that to someone in particular, because if I had used, if I had went there myself and then some YouTuber popped on there and said something crazy to me, I'd be like, "Where are you at? Why ain't you coming out here?" Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could go, but I can't. There's no way I can. For one, I can't afford to. For two, I can't leave my husband here with all my kids, especially during their break and even school. I just can't. But I would have loved to. Absolutely, I would have loved to, because I would love to be there and just be able to give you guys coverage from their house. Um, I'm checking the scanner reports for Savannah and surrounding area. Still nothing new there. And an admin said, okay, so someone said, and this was posted 2 hours ago. Anyone know if an arrest has been made in the case for baby Quinton Simon? Please post if on scanner. And this was the response to that 1 hour ago from an admin from Scanner Squad. Said they have not posted anything new. They don't even know where he is yet. Well, if you went, I take the opportunity to get to meet you and Candida over there. I know, right? I'd love to meet you guys over there. Almost a shark, they never help about their own ego. I apologize if it was rude to anyone. It shocked me that he said that either. I mean, same. It shocked me at first too. Definitely. Yeah, that would. If I was watching and I felt like it was said directed at like just everyone, I would feel some type of way. I'm not gonna lie. So he might need to say, well, it might be known that he's meaning it towards, I don't know, because I do like listening to him. Hey, Brenda, let's see what the latest is over on Twitter, and then I'm gonna have to shut it off. And yeah, I'm gonna have to close this one out. We've been live for an hour and a half. And I'm not seeing anything yet, you guys. I do have to go to my son's game. I had one more stream that was planned, but I don't think I'm going to get to do it. I have a video that I have uploaded already about Todd Chrisley, him and his family reconnecting, his daughter that he's been estranged with. They've reconnected. So I'm going to get that one uploaded in just a little bit. I'm going to be on standby at the ball game, though, okay? So if anything pops off, I'm going to post in my Discord. I'm going to post on my community tab. I'm going to post on my Twitter. I'm going to make a post everywhere. And then tonight, when I get home, we'll go live. If any updates happen, if it comes out that they did find him, if an arrest was made tonight, here on my channel, we will discuss that. I'll be putting up a post. So I'm going to be at a football game, but I will be, keeping up with everything and popping in every once in a while. If any of my mods hear anything, please shoot me a message. If anybody else that's in my Discord hears anything, please post something in the Discord, because I am going to be keeping my eye on this. And we're going to put the Leah Messer and Jayla Mobley thing off until either tonight or tomorrow. So if nothing happens tonight, if no updates come tonight with Quinton, then tonight we'll talk about Jalen and Leah Messer. So Leah Messer from Teen Mom, she's been single for a while now. She got in this relationship with a guy named Jayla Mobley. Photo shoots start coming out left and right. A lot of people felt like he was just kind of using her for clout. Not long after they started dating, a fan page came out. It was really weird. And he proposed to her about 2 months ago. And right after he proposed to her, he made a post saying that he bought them a house together. Then come to find out, his name was the only name on the deed, and they broke up recently. And now we have found out that it was her money used to buy the house. So now there's a lot of people thinking that he is like a fake. So we're going to talk about that either tonight or tomorrow. So if we get no updates on Quinton, we'll talk about Leah and Jalen, because I did do a video and I'll post it in the description box below if you guys want to watch it. And I asked, do you guys want to discuss this? Finding out that Leah's money put down the down payment for the house, but Jalen put it in his name and then had everybody believe that he bought it for them. So I asked everybody, do you guys want to talk about it? And y'all said yes. So that'll happen tonight if there's no new updates on little Quinton. So you guys, please, I would like to have like a moment of silence, like a little bit of a prayer maybe for baby Quinton, because his body is out there somewhere, and even, his soul is not there. His soul is in a better place. His body is, what the world saw him as. And I think it deserves to be in a proper resting place. So if you guys don't mind, I just want to have a moment of silence really quickly for Quinton, that they find him and they can give him a proper burial. So I'm gonna just pause it for a bit, and then we'll close this one out. It's hard to even think about his body there. Just being destroyed, essentially. It's so sad. Mama should be 6 feet under, not the baby. I agree. And somebody said this, and I think this, I would definitely do this if I could. In my opinion, when his body is found, I think she should be the one responsible for cleaning his body up. Obviously supervised to make sure she don't damage it. No, Roxanne, are you serious? For what? For what? Why would anybody start a GoFundMe for her? Because she's having to take off work to deal with the fact that her child killed her grandchild? I'm irritated by that. Is she, I know why. You want to know why? What's going to happen is Billy Joe is going to take that money and hire a lawyer for freaking Leilani, more than likely. I hope not. Somebody needs to report that and get it taken down. I mean, I don't know if you really can report it and get it taken down, but please tell me that is not true. I'm sorry, but no, I'm seeing if I can find it. She don't even have kids. Hold up. This cannot be. That's not the right one. Okay, that's not hers. Because I was like, I see one, but that's somebody else. I'm not seeing one. I thought it said lot 31 in the trailer park. That's what I first heard. At first I heard it said lot 31 in the trailer park. And then I heard code 31 in a trailer park. I won't let her near him. It was a privilege for me to clean. That's true, Flossie. I didn't think about that. But do you feel like it would be different knowing that she did that to him and threw him out with the garbage? Like for Abram, it was Abram. His body looked the same, But for a mother who threw their baby out, what creator said that, Roxanne? I'm going to write that creator's name down if you don't mind telling me. Like as a mother who did that and threw him in the trash, I wonder if scanner codes have different meaning. Now, when I first put code 31 on scanner, I'll tell you what popped up, which kind of confused me. When I put code 31 on scanner, it says error in device status. The device is not working properly. Close device. Error on my device. Cannot load device. So I thought, what? And then I saw that it was for a scanner that you scan papers in with, a scanner, like not a police scanner. So I was like, oh, I need to put a police scanner. I need to put police scanner. Police scanner code 31. Crime or criminal act in progress is the only thing I can find. But they may have different codes. What is code 1131? Police scanner location, 1131. I'm not seeing it. Every county is different. Well, I guess that makes sense. No, she shouldn't have the privilege to view the sweet baby, much less clean him. Let her live with her actions. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out because I got a few things to do on the other video that I have uploaded already. I got to listen to it. That's true. Okay, hold on, you guys. Yeah, I definitely understand that because I mean I was there when you gave Abram a bath and I helped you with that, and I could see exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, there's always a 10 in front of police codes. Yeah, that's what it seems like. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. Like I said, I've got to deal with another video, and then I gotta go get my son's girlfriend. We got JV game, so I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. If anything else happens, I will be, jumping on here as soon as I can. It'll be tonight though. Yeah, they're not gonna get any confirmation until the police department's ready to put it out there. They're not gonna. I don't feel like if I was to call, I don't feel like they would say yes, we have the body until the police department want to announce it, so but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. That was my update. I gotta grab some timestamps. If anything else comes out, I'll hop on here as soon as I get home tonight. Make sure you guys, if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys back here tonight to either talk about more updates on Quinton Simon. be hopeful that he is found. If he is not found, we'll be back here tonight to talk about Leah and Jalen. I'll see you guys in the next one. Lulu, if you get any information, please post it in the Discord for me. Bye, you guys.